it's the time that we are moving to session number 2. For delivering this expert session, we have with us today the expert from National Anti-Doping Agency, Dr. Rajesh Mailagire. To brief about him, he is a leading doping control officer cum educator, NADA, India. He has graduated MBBS in BJMC and Sasson General Hospital, Pune, and postgraduated MD in Pharmacology and Therapeutics from BJMC and Sasson General Hospital, Pune. He is the International Doping Control Officer certified by World Anti-Doping Agency and Lead Doping Control Officer in National Anti-Doping Agency since 2019. Now he's been working as Assistant Professor in Department of Pharmacology, Government Medical College, Baramati, Pune. Also worked as a Chief Medical Officer of BJMC and Sasson General Hospital, Pune. And it's noted that he has published 7 international research articles. We are lucky to have you, sir. Let's hear over you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And thank you so much, organizing team, for arranging such a beautiful seating arrangement, because each participant have a separate table and chairs. Okay, and thank you so much, organizing committee. And I am Dr. Rajesh, and working with National Anti-Doping Agency since last 5 years. And I am also working as an educator. Okay, educator for anti-doping awareness sessions and education. Okay, today I am here for you, only for you, just to cover all your doubts related with doping, anti-doping, and what are the consequences of doping, and which are the anti-doping rule violations, and suppose someone is doing doping, and how to report that doping methods and doping techniques to our higher authority like National Anti-Doping Agency. Okay, clear to everyone? Okay, and during the session, if you have any doubts, you are supposed to just raise your hand, or at the end of the session, I will take your question answer session. Okay, and at the end of the session, I am going to send you one assessment form. Okay, in that assessment, our team going to check your knowledge after the session. Okay, in that session, there are total 10 to 15 MCQs are there. Okay, MCQ based assessment is there. Okay, and I think at present you don't have mobile, and after going to home, you can use your mobile and you can submit that assessment form. Okay, is it clear? Okay, and what is the full form of NADA? National Anti-Doping Agency. Okay, Rashtriya Dope Nirodhak Agency. Okay, and NADA, basically it is an autonomous body, but it follows the codes and policies of World Anti-Doping Agency. What is World Anti-Doping Agency? This is a global regulator. Okay, and this much knowledge everyone supposed to know. And this is a registration form. I hope everyone submitted this registration form, and if you have any difficulty during registration, there is a one separate form which is given to you. In that you are supposed to write your details. And first of all, make sure that everyone is supposed to know about doping. Okay, there are two forms of doping. Okay, one form is, suppose one player is taking the dope substance, prohibited substance, just to enhance his performance activity. Why there is a need to increase performance activity? Because he is supposed to get a medal, but using the things which is prohibited, that is completely banned in the National Anti-Doping Agency and World Anti-Doping Agency. Okay, and but other consequences of these doping methods and doping substance are, they are very hazardous to our body, and they are very dangerous to our body, because after some year that player can get so many complications. Suppose one female player is using the dope substance in the form of steroids, and she may get the male-like feature after few years. Okay, her voice will be changed, and her hormonal imbalance will be seen. Male-like characteristics will be seen because testosterone is a hormone, okay, which is more produced in males. And suppose one female is using testosterone hormone just to increase her muscle strength, okay, but there are so many complications, okay, which she can get in future life. And doping, other definition of doping, suppose one player is violating the rules of anti-doping, okay, that is known as anti-doping rule violation. There are total 11 anti-doping rule violation. Okay, even if there is a violation of one or more anti-doping rule violation, that player can be considered in doping. Okay, in further slides, I will tell you what are the consequences of doping. Okay, and there are total 11 anti-doping rule violations. I will tell you step by step. And before the start of the session, everyone supposed to know about the what are the spirits of clean sport. Okay, there are so many things. Like suppose one player is competing in sports with considering ethics, because during the sports ethics is very important, and unethical play which is not allowed in sport. And suppose one player is playing unethically, and that is not good for the opponent party, because there will be a injustice. And in your sports, either in competition and out competition, you are supposed to keep your body in such a way that you are not going to harm your body. Okay, by considering your health and commitments, and you are supposed to know the values of your sport. And these are the few things. And during your sport, you are supposed to keep in mind you are going to play with teamwork. And only after knowing the parts of clean sports, then you can take objection with negative things. Suppose if you are playing unethically and you are taking the objection with one subject, okay, then that is not fair. Okay, only after knowing the spirits of clean sports, then you can take objection against the negative things. Okay, you can uphold your values and principles, and you can abide by anti-doping rule violations, and sports athlete to do the same. Okay, and this is a anti-doping system, World Anti-Doping Agency, which is a global regulator. Okay, every year World Anti-Doping Agency formulates and changes the codes and policies. Okay, and that codes and policies, each country follows that. Okay, in each country there is a one national anti-doping agency. In our country there is a national anti-doping agency, India. And so in China, national anti-doping agency, NADA, China. In Sri Lanka, NADA, Sri Lanka. Okay, like this, each country have their separate anti-doping organization. Okay, and we follow the codes and policies of World Anti-Doping Agency, and every year World Anti-Doping Agency generates and changes the things of prohibited substance. Okay, every year in the first week of January, okay, WADA publishes the updated prohibited list. Okay, that we are supposed to follow, that NADA India is supposed to follow. And every player is supposed to know what are the principles of strict liability. Okay, only after knowing the things of clean sport, okay, then you can abide anti-doping rule violation, okay, and you are not going to break anti-doping rule violations, and because every athlete is responsible what is present in his body. Okay, rule is that, first rule is that, suppose one player is positive during the dope testing, first of all he is considered as a guilty. Okay, after that our National Anti-Doping Agency will decide how for our National Anti-Doping Agency will decide for how many years he is supposed to be banned. Okay, there are 3 committees. I will tell you step by step. And every year, World Anti-Doping Agency produces and updates prohibited list and list of prohibited list. And in that list, there are 3 types of prohibited substance are there. Okay, one substance which is prohibited at all time. At all time means, suppose player is playing in competition or in out competition. Okay, during training also that that banned substance is prohibited, and that substance is prohibited during in competition and out competition. And there are some substances, okay, which is prohibited during in competition only. Okay, and there are some substances which is prohibited in particular sports. Okay, and you are actually here all the participants are from water sports. Okay, and few players are rowing players, and here you require strength, your talent, and also you require focused mind. Okay, and you require one direction. Okay, and like this, suppose for the strength you are consuming one prohibited substance. Okay, that is also prohibited in that is also included in specific sports. And I would like to inform you about glucocorticoids. Glucocorticoids are nothing but these are the steroids. Okay, glucocorticoids can be short-acting steroids, short-acting glucocorticoids, intermediate-acting, and long-acting glucocorticoids. Okay, suppose you had an injury. Okay, injury during the sports is very common, and remember that all forms of glucocorticoids are prohibited during in competition. Okay, in that condition what you are supposed to do? Suppose you have a big competition after the 15 days. Okay, and in that condition you are supposed to take short acting glucocorticoids, but only after the advice from your physicians. But try to avoid use of glucocorticoids. Okay, which are the glucocorticoids? Dexamethasone, beclomethasone. Okay, these are the glucocorticoids. And remember, from January 2022, all injections of glucocorticoids are prohibited during in competition period only, not in out competition. Suppose our NADA team comes in your training institute for dope testing. Okay, and here I had written glucocorticoids are prohibited during in competition, but during out competition, okay, during the medical declaration you had said that I had taken this type of injection for my injury management. Okay, but that you are supposed to mention in medication declaration in doping control form. Understood everyone? And if you didn't declare about whatever the glucocorticoid medicine in doping control form, then there are more chances you may get banned from the sport. Okay? Washout period. Okay, just a few minutes back I had told you, suppose you have a competition after 15 days. Okay, in such condition you are supposed to use short acting glucocorticoids, because each drug have a specific washout period. Suppose you are using glucocorticoid in the form of intramuscularly. Glucocorticoids can be given intramuscularly, intravenously, and there are some formulations which is available in the form of dosage form of that. It is available in the form of topical route. Okay, powder form, gel form, cream form are also available. And with respect to intramuscular route, becmethasone, dexamethasone have a washout period of 5 days. Okay, like this, you are supposed to keep in mind that each drug have a specific washout period. But here I had written 5 days. It doesn't mean after 5 days you may become negative with that drug. Okay, consider the washout period of 5 to 7 days. Okay, 3 to 7 days. Okay, if I had written here 5 days, prednisolone have a 10 days of washout period. And suppose you have big competition, because all forms of glucocorticoids are prohibited during in competition. Okay, this knowledge you are supposed to keep in mind, and each drug have a specific washout period. And just to know whether you are consuming prohibited substance or you are consuming non-prohibited substance, our NADA India generated this Know Your Medicine application. You can download this application in Google Play Store, and this is for Android users. Okay, what is the importance of Know Your Medicine application? This application tells you whether that medicine is prohibited or not. Okay, this application is very easy to use. Okay, by using this application, within a few seconds you will get to know that in which route that medicine is prohibited. Suppose topical use of dexamethasone, it is not prohibited, and intramuscular and oral route of dexamethasone is prohibited. Okay, and suppose one patient is using beta blocker just to increase his eyesight. Okay, in that condition, beta blocker is prohibited. Okay, suppose one person is taking some drugs just to get bradycardic features. Okay, and after I am mentioning that sports and discipline in this application, okay, this application will tells you that whether you are supposed to take that medicine or not. Okay, understood everyone? And this is mostly important for the drugs which drugs are easily available. Okay, which you are supposed to get from the over-the-counter medicine. Suppose you are one physician prescribed you tablet paracetamol. You know that tablet paracetamol, it is a non-steroidal drug, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Even after knowing that, it's your responsibility to check whether that drug is prohibited or not. Okay, and make a habit to use this application, Know Your Medicine application. And suppose if you have mobile at present breaking, what it is labeled as? It is labeled as a doping. Okay, out of 11 anti-doping rule violations, 7 anti-doping rule violation which is applicable to coaches, medical professional and other athlete support persons. Okay. What are the consequences of anti-doping rule violation? What are the consequences of doping? First of all, disqualification of result in event during which an anti-doping rule violation. Okay. Suppose result of that event is declared and that player had got gold medal. Okay. Disqualification of result will be done first of all. And after that, imposition of ineligibility to participate in sports. For suppose that player had did anti-doping rule violation for the first time, okay, he may get punishment of 2 to 4 year punishment. And suppose same mistake he is doing, okay, on second time, from 8 years to lifetime ineligibility. Okay, remember this line. And there can be a sanctions, physical, mental, and social loss will be there. Okay, that's why you are supposed to stay away from anti-doping rule violation. Okay, now we will see one example. Here in this case, this is a case example. In this case, there is a coach and athletes are involved. Okay, here the coach is administering the prohibited substance to the player. Okay, in this case, that 4-year ineligibility was imposed on the concerned related coach. Okay, this is example number 2. Okay, and here the athlete is consumed a prohibited substance. Okay, in these circumstances, there is a 4-year of ineligibility was imposed on the concerned athlete. Okay, remember, you are not going to break anti-doping rule violations. And most important, therapeutic use exemption. In Hindi, it is known as Chikitsa Upyog Chhut. Means they suppose after injury there are some conditions in which you may get required the use of prohibited substance, but by proper channel, okay, by proper channel only you can use that prohibited substance only after the approval of therapeutic use exemption committee. Understood everyone? There can be some injuries, okay, there can be some planned surgeries, okay, after which there is a need of prohibited substance, there is a need of steroid use. Okay, in that person you can use, but only after the approval of therapeutic use exemption committee. Okay, how to apply? From the NADA India website you can download this TUE form. Okay, you are supposed to take the physician signature and your signature and fill all the details. I will share you this TUE form, and after that, suppose that player is international level and he is supposed to apply to international federation, and national player athlete is supposed to inform to NADA India. And in advance, you are supposed to report this TUE form to NADA India. Only after the approval from the therapeutic use exemption, you are supposed to take that tablet. Before that, you are not going to take that tablet. This is the life cycle of TU process. Okay, after the downloading the TU form, you are supposed to fill this form with the help of physician, and you are supposed to take a signature, and you are supposed to send that form to NADA India, and TUE committee will decide whether that tablet is useful to you or not. TUE committee will decide whether that tablet is not going to improve your performance, because the person who is taking the prohibited substance just to increase performance, that is labeled as a doping. Okay, after that only TUE committee will decide whether you are going to take this tablet or not. Whereabout details, the person who is registered under the testing pool. Okay, this is only for those players. Whereabout details supposed to be filled completely, because his address to be complete, mobile number to be correct, and his overtime, okay, night stay to be present in that whereabout details. Most important, anti-doping education and learning platform, which is provided by World Anti-Doping Agency. There are so many courses which is present under this platform. Okay, write down about this anti-doping education and learning by WADA. Okay, these are the courses which is available in free forms. Okay, no one is going to take any money for these courses. Okay, you can complete these courses, and after this ADL courses, you are going to get certificates. And speak up, most important. Speak up. Speak up of what? Speak up of the things the person who is consuming doping substance, and suppose that person is using doping methods. Such kinds of act to be informed to National Anti-Doping Agency. You suspect an athlete has been doping, you can report that activity. Okay, if you have proof, okay, you can send it to NADA India. Okay, you can report anonymously also. Okay, suppose there is a player B. Okay, he is consuming one prohibited substance, and I had seen. Okay, but after some time I had a match along with him, or after some time he had a match with other team. But what is my responsibility? I am supposed to inform such type of act to NADA India through Speak Up. Okay, you can report anything you can, anything suspicious thing you can report anonymously also. Okay, these are the details. Speak up, dash nada @gov.in. This is the email ID. Okay, on this email ID, you can report doping and doping methods activity. And what our team is going to do? Our team is going to investigate on that case. Okay, only after that our team will send you the person who is going to do dope testing. Okay? And you have any question answers?
If anybody has any doubt, you may ask now, because we are already running late of time.
You can ask me any questions. Everyone should know anti-doping rule violations. No one is going to break anti-doping rule violation. Keep in mind that you are keeping in mind about therapeutic use exemption and this Speak Up. Every year, WADA generates updated list of prohibited lists. Okay? Anyone have a question? And there is a question answer which is spread to you. Yes, sir.
സാർ നമ്മൾ 3 നേരം ട്രെയിനിങ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്.
യെസ് യെസ്
3 നേരം ട്രെയിനിങ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു ഫുഡ് ഡൈജസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ 3 to 4 hours വേണം. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് നൂൺ സെക്ഷൻ ചെയ്യാനുള്ള എനർജി കാണില്ല. അപ്പോൾ സാറ് പറഞ്ഞു പ്രോട്ടീൻ യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പാടില്ല, റിസ്ക് ആണ് എന്ന് പറയില്ല. അപ്പോൾ എനർജിക്ക് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യും നൂൺ സെക്ഷൻ ചെയ്യാൻ?
Actually, the question he asked is, they are training 3 times a day, and he is assuming that for food digestion it takes 3 to 4 hours. He is saying he might not be having energy for doing the second session. So shouldn't we take protein powders?
That will be decided by that decision to be done by physician, your physician, dietitian and nutritionist only. You are not going to take anything by your decision. Okay? And try to make a habit to keep a records of notes of physician and dietitian. And dietitian and nutritionist only assess you on your biochemical parameters. Okay? Physician going to prescribe in this condition. He is going to prescribe measure your protein level. If there is a deficiency of protein, in that condition only that physician is going to prescribe you protein. Ma'am. Yes.
Any more questions?
Any more question?
First of all, I would like to thank you for that informative session. Thank you so much, sir. My first doubt is that you have mentioned that you will be collecting 2 samples for testing, right?
Yes.
Okay, the bottle A will be tested first by the NDTL.
Yes.
And the bottle B will be preserved. Okay, in that session, means in that situation, how long these collected samples will be preserved?
Yes. First thing that I would like to say you that from the one container, you are going to divide that container sample into two bottles, bottle A and bottle B. Okay, and the number of bottle A which is same as bottle B, and both numbers are same as that dope kit. Okay, this is the first thing. And once that sample reached into dope control in NDTL laboratory, okay, we are going to preserve bottle B first, and after that only bottle A sample is tested first. Okay, this much is understood?
Yes, that's clear.
Yes, and depending on the situation, okay, our team can store that bottle B sample for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, depending on the case, because our team is also going to compare your test findings. Suppose during my first visit, okay, there are the XYZ parameters which get found, but that parameters are not prohibited. Okay, remember this line. Okay, and on second visit, our team is going to compare that parameters with previous sample. Okay, for that purpose, your bottle B can be preserved. Means for comparison, bottle B, there are by two ways. First of all, if you have any objection, okay, at that time bottle B will be rechecked, and for the comparative purpose, okay, everyone, how many of you ABP sample, athlete biological passport? Like this, our team is going to compare urine sample for the biological purpose only. Means we are not going to declare the result of that. We will just compare your sample as compared to previous. If there is a sudden drastic rise in some amount of protein and some amount of creatinine and some amount of phosphatase level, at that time we will make you as a target player. Okay, if your urine is getting some abnormal findings, okay, then we will consider you as a target player and we will repeatedly check. Okay, your doubt is solved?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Means it is not for 3 months, 4 months, 1 year, up to 6, 7 years, our team is going to store that sample. Like you know about cryopreservation? Okay, in very low degree, in very low temperature, we are going to store that sample. Yes. Next question.
Any more questions?
Any question you can ask me. Ma'am, can you please take 3?
Sir, her question was, she is saying many states are taking this protein powders and supplements, and is there any problem in taking safe supplements or protein powders?
Madam, NADA and WADA never recommends to take any supplements. Okay, that is decided only by physicians, dietitians and nutritionists. And if you need anything, okay, suppose doctor had prescribed you one supplement, it's your responsibility to check whether that protein powder is authenticated or not. You are supposed to compare its batch number, okay, by using Google, and that supplements also have a QR code. Okay, by using that you are supposed to check whether that supplement is authenticated or not. Okay, this is the only answer. Yes.
Any more questions?
Thank you very much.
Sir, actually I myself have a query. So thank you so much. It was really an enriching section. because myself being a nutritionist, I also get the same doubts from the athletes. Sir, in cases like, for example, some athletes had any surgical cases and they are in a rest for like period of 1 month or long, and they are joining back the academy and slowly starting training, but they are not able to take food like usual, like before. So like normal food they are not able to take, and in that case sometimes protein powders or supplements might be needed. But and we selected the protein powders according to the, like, with batch number, third party certificate, everything. And in case suppose that supplement comes in doping, even though it was had batch number, it was third party certificate, then how we will present that case? Like what? Because we selected that powder because she had a condition, she was not able to have food, and as per the regulations from NADA only. But since even after that, that product was not safe and it got tested for positive in the doping. So in that cases, like, what is the solution?
Actually, first thing is that protein powder, it is not prohibited. But during manufacturing process, it may get contaminated. Okay, just to reduce the risk of that supplement, you are supposed to check the batch number authenticity. Okay, this is the first thing. After that, during the storage and for the storage purpose, it is written that you are supposed to keep that sample in room temperature and don't give the extra temperature. Okay, don't keep that supplement in hot places or very cold places. Okay, keep that sample in a said temperature. Okay, this is the second thing. Why this second thing? Because due to alteration in protein molecule due to temperature, there can be a steroidal conversion. Okay, and remember that it's your property. Okay, and no one is going to hamper that. Keep in mind that no one is going to hamper that sample. Means there can be a risk, or there can be a chances of someone, other person can add something in that sample. This can happen. That's why it's your responsibility what you consume. Okay, because after objection, and there are 3 types of committee will be is there after that player is positive. Okay, in that committee, player have a right to say his side. Okay, with proof, and that protein powder is again tested. Okay, that's why you are supposed to keep the receipt of that protein powder. And only one thing you are supposed to keep in mind that only player is responsible what he is consuming. Okay, even doctor had prescribed you protein powder. Okay, that is his view, that is doctor's view, but only player is responsible what he is consuming. And remember that protein is not banned.
Sir, even if the product we choose is like we have kept in the safe temperature, it's third party certificate, it has batch number, everything was perfect while we were checking, and we had also instructed the athlete to keep in a proper way. But somehow during the testing it got positive. So is it because like is it the mistake from the manufacturer? But for that our athlete has to suffer. So how can we present that case if it is being getting positive?
Actually, NADA India compares the same batch number sample, okay, which is available from you and which is ordered from that batch number, same batch number. Okay, and our team will compare both sample, and if there is a presence of prohibited substance only your sample, okay, not in another batch sample, in that condition also your player is prohibited. Because During the storage, there can be a contamination, okay, due to change in temperature, okay, and there are some players who is going to use same spoon, okay, for protein also, and for other creatine also, and for other steroid also. Okay, this is how you are going to reduce the chances of risk of supplements. And that's why NADA and WADA never recommends any type of supplements.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Okay, I hope we don't have any further questions.
Third one has been positive, and the fourth one is just been aggressiveness, but he is able to be capable of overcoming it. So he's not been even tested for it, so or any complications regarding it. So how would you just take him up or like that? He's not showing any aggressiveness or any complications regarding it. So how would you just find him out or like?
Yes.
Mainly.
Yes. First thing is that you are supposed to cooperate with national anti-doping organizations. Okay? Aggressiveness during the dope control station, which gets reported to our higher authority, and that is also considered as an anti-doping rule violation. Okay? Suppose I didn't taken any prohibited substance and I am making a rude talk with officer. Okay, I am misbehaving with officers. Okay, in such condition, also that player get banned because he is not cooperating with NADA India. Therefore, in previous slide I had told you that you are supposed to cooperate with NADA team, even if if you didn't taken any prohibited substance. In that condition, also you are supposed to cooperate. Because each and everything we are going to report in writing to our higher authority. Tampering during the dope control procedure, which is included in doping and anti-doping rule violation. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.